Hello and welcome to Cần News of Cần Thơ radio and television station. Here are the headlines. A working session between the delegation from Cần Thơ City and the British Council in London. A conference to summarize the 10-year implementation of Directive No.40 issued by the Secretariat Committee. The Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee worked with the Ho Chi Minh City Communist Youth Union in the city. Top news today. On June 6, a working delegation from Cần Thơ City, led by Mr. Phạm Văn Hiếu, standing Vice Secretary of the City Party Committee and Chairman of the City People's Council of Cần Thơ City, had a working session with the British Council in London during the delegation's business trip to the UK. At the meeting, city leaders expressed their hope that the British Council would implement more projects to address climate change in Cần Thơ, aiming to enhance the effectiveness of initiatives to mitigate climate change. They emphasized the need to improve plastic waste processing and recycling capabilities, promote green transformation, and reduce fossil fuel usage among young people. Additionally, they sought support in education, particularly in English teaching, and the arts through cultural exchange programs between Vietnam and the UK. These programs would introduce and help the people of Cần Thơ gain a deeper understanding of British culture while also showcasing Vietnamese culture to the British. On the afternoon of June 6, the city branch of the Bank of Social Policy in Cần Thơ City convened a meeting to discuss plans for organizing a conference to summarize the 10-year implementation of Directive No.40 issued by the Secretariat Committee.
After 10 years of implementing Directive 40 of the Secretariat, the capital source of the Bank for Social Policy's Cần Thơ City branch has had 300,969 poor households, near poor households, and other policy beneficiaries receive loans, with a loan turnover of over 8,044 billion Vietnamese dong, an average of 804 billion Vietnamese dong per year. As of April 30, 2024, the total outstanding debt of 17 policy credit programs reached over 4,181 billion Vietnamese dong, an increase of 2.25 times compared to 2014. The number of customers the branch is monitoring and managing is 94,659 households, corresponding to 25.6% of the city's households receiving loans from the social policy credit programs. This achievement has made an important contribution to local socio-economic development.
Socio-Economic Development Corporation must closely adhere to the spirit of Resolution No. 13 and Resolution No. 59 of the Politburo. This was the directive given by Mr. Chương, Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee, at the meeting with various departments and branches that took place on the afternoon of June 6. City leaders instructed departments and branches to thoroughly review the content of signed agreements to ensure their substance. The head of the city's People Committee stressed that if the signed content remains general, it will fail to yield the desired outcomes, emphasizing the importance of closely adhering to the spirit of Resolution 13, Resolution 59 of the Politburo in future cooperation agreements. The chairman highlighted the necessity of tailoring signing content to the potential and strengths of each province and city. He noted that this approach would effectively demonstrate Cần Thơ City's role as a regional center, alongside with Ho Chi Minh City and other regional provinces. On the afternoon of June 6, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Hiếu, alternate member of the Party Central Committee and Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, worked with the Standing Committee of the Ho Chi Minh City Communist Youth Union in Cần Thơ City.
In the early months of the year, the youth union at all levels in Cần Thơ City conducted extensive propaganda efforts to engage union members, children, and the community. They introduced innovative approaches to the task, particularly during Youth Month. Mr. Nguyễn Văn Hiếu emphasized the importance of enhancing the volunteer role and childcare efforts. He instructed union ministry at all levels to develop mechanisms and policies and to effectively communicate these to union members and the youth. The goal is to promote education, talent development, vocational training, job creation, and labor exports. Additionally, he stressed the need to build local economic models and support young entrepreneurs. He also highlighted the importance of developing grassroots union officials and focusing on resources, movements, and activities for union members and young people in rural and remote areas.
Also on the afternoon of June 6, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Hiếu, alternate member of the Party Central Committee and Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, had a working session with the Standing Committee of the City Veterans Association. Since the beginning of the year, the Cần Thơ City Veterans Association has initiated numerous movements and activities, implementing effective measures to protect the party and the government. They have also focused on socio-economic development and ensuring national defense and security, strongly emphasizing caring for their members. Mr. Nguyễn Văn Hiếu urged all levels of the Veterans Association to continue coordinating the care and renovation of temples and cemeteries of heroic martyrs. He emphasized the importance of providing advice and care for veterans, supporting economic development, and building new rural and civilized urban areas. He also highlighted the need to work with the social bank to secure loans for promoting production and business, focusing on large projects to ensure effective capital use and drive economic transformation. On the afternoon of June 6, Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Trần Thanh Nam, along with leaders of affiliated units, received Ms. Yvonne Pinto, General Director of the International Rice Research Institute, and members of her delegation during the visit to Vietnam.
At the reception for the delegation, Deputy Minister Trần Thanh Nam stated that Vietnam produces over 43 million tons of rice annually, with the Mekong Delta region alone contributing over 24 million tons per year. In the development of its rice industry, Vietnam has received significant support from IRRI. Currently, Vietnam has approximately 25 sets of rice varieties under the IRRI brand. He hopes that IRRI will support Vietnam in establishing high-quality rice standards linked to rice brands that reduce emissions. Additionally, he seeks IRRI's assistance in developing rice varieties that are resilient to drought and salinity, as well as those with a low glycemic index. He also looks forward to IRRI support in building circular economic models and cooperating in the development of digital technology for nutrition management, pest forecasting, farming management, and traceability.
Mr. Dương Tấn Hiển, Standing Vice Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee, has recently signed and issued Decision No. 1231, which approves the outline and cost estimate for planning the 1/2000 scale subdivision of the Ô Môn District High-Tech Industrial Park. The goal of this planning is to aid in planning management after the city's overall plan is issued and to facilitate investment invitations. According to the city planning for Cần Thơ, covering the period from 2021 to 2030 with a vision extending to 2050, which was approved by the Prime Minister in Decision No. 1519, Cần Thơ is projected to have 14 industrial parks by 2030, spanning approximately 7,473 hectares. This includes 7 existing industrial parks covering 987.57 hectares and 7 new industrial parks expected to cover 6,485.75 hectares. On the morning of June 6, the National Agriculture Extension Center under the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development collaborated with Bayer Vietnam Company Limited to conduct a series of training sessions, field visits, and discussions aimed at assessing the effectiveness of the forward farming project.
The model involves the integrated application of advanced rice cultivation solutions and technologies in experimental fields, aiming to reduce input materials while effectively managing emissions and environmental impacts. It includes enhancing farmers' capacity and knowledge in sustainable farming through training programs and fostering public-private collaboration throughout the rice production value chain. After 3 seasons of implementing the model, significant results have been observed. A reduction in the number of seeds sold by 60 kilometers per hectare, decreased use of irrigation water, lower greenhouse gas emissions and input cost, and increased economic efficiency compared to traditional farming methods.
Coming up next is the weather forecast. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.